Hi, it's Panda Movies here. Today, I'm going to explain the sci-fi movie called When We First Met. Warning, there are spoilers ahead. Enjoy the video. The story revolves around Noah Ashby, who falls hopelessly in love with his friend, Avery Martin, after meeting her at a 2014 Halloween party. Unfortunately, despite getting to know each other well, Avery only regards him as a friend. The morning after meeting each other, Avery meets the man who eventually becomes her fiance, Ethan. 3 years later, Noah remains distraught at not having been able to win her over. The day of Avery and Ethan's engagement party arrives and Noah attends the event intoxicated. Heartbroken and embarrassed, he leaves the party and proceeds to the photo booth at the bar he took her to on their first meeting. He drunkenly operates it before falling asleep. The following morning, Noah finds himself waking up in his own bed. What seemed like another usual day, he later on realizes that he was taken back to the day he first met Avery. Determined to end up with her, he changes the events of the day, making sure that he does everything right to get the outcome he is hoping for, a happily ever after with the girl of his dreams. Noah uses his pre-existing knowledge of Avery to his advantage in his first attempt to win her over, but Avery and her roommate Carrie Gray grow suspicious of him and accuse him of being a stalker for knowing everything about them. Failing at his first attempt, he is transported back to the present day where the future has been completely altered and Avery does not know him at all. For his second attempt, he follows the advice of his best friend, Noah, to be a rude alpha male and successfully beds Avery, but he develops a self-absorbed personality, and when he returns to the present, his relationship with Avery is purely sexual, nothing like what he initially wanted. Seeing that all his plans so far had been nothing but a failure, and Avery still seemed to always find Ethan more attractive, Noah goes to her best friend, Carrie, for some advice. Carrie tells him that Avery is attracted to stable and dependable men. Taking her advice to heart, Noah gets a job at Max's company and presents himself in a more mature manner to Avery for his third attempt. When he returns to the present, he and Avery live in a big house and are engaged. Just as he thought everything worked out the way he wanted, he discovers that his friendship with Max has tanked because he took the senior vice president position that Max was working towards. Since he holds a high position in a company, his commitments prevent him from spending time with Avery, while Ethan has taken his original place of hopelessly pining over Avery. The only difference is that Avery is also attracted to him as well. For the second time, Noah asks advice from Carrie when he recognizes that Avery does not love him, and despite all of his attempts, she will always be meant to be with Ethan. It is also at this point that he recognizes how special the bond is between him and Carrie, and considers that maybe he really is meant to be with her. Noah once again travels back to the past for the fourth time, but instead of setting himself up with Avery, he sets her up with Ethan and arranges for them to meet at the Halloween party while he pursues Carrie, whom he discovers he has more in common with than Avery. His actions restore Ethan and Avery's engagement and his friendship with Max, but Noah learns that he did not win Carrie's love and she resumes dating her ex-boyfriend, Phil. Noah finally realizes that he needed to first become friends with Avery in order to meet Carrie, and he travels back one last time to meet Avery the way he did originally. With the present fully restored, Noah initiates a conversation with Carrie at the engagement party, and the two begin their own relationship. More often than most people would like to admit, the expectations for love are crazy high that would push people to spend most of their lives chasing after the best kind of love. The story serves as a great reminder that the best kind of love is not always like the books or movies, no matter how simple it comes, as long as it's real, it will always be magical.